All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a really powerful framework, especially for leaders. So, have you ever wondered why you can solve pretty much anyone's problems except your own? It's a weird thing, right? You can lay out this brilliant, crystal-clear strategy for your company or for a client, but then you turn that focus inward on your own life, and suddenly it's all just fog. And this is what we call the paradox of high achievers. You're brilliant. You've got the vision, you've got the drive, all the skills are there. But you just keep getting in your own way. It's that internal static, the procrastination, the self-doubt, maybe even full-on burnout. It's the stuff that's holding you back from that next level, deep down you're capable of. And man, is it frustrating. It can feel really lonely too. So, to solve this, we can't just slap another productivity hack on it. That's not going to work. The framework we're looking at today says we've got to go deeper. We need to, pop the hood and really look at the hidden programs that are running our lives. Think of it like your inner operating system.
See, the real problem isn't a lack of discipline, it's that you're running on an outdated program, something chugging along in the background. It's why most self-improvement stuff doesn't stick, right? Because it's just treating the symptoms, not the root cause. It's literally like trying to run the latest, greatest software on a computer from 1998. It just won't work. The real issue is this deep, fundamental conflict happening way down at the subconscious level.
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting. There's this concept called the adult imprint. Now, this isn't you, the real, authentic you. Think of it more like an echo, a recording of the adults from your childhood that got installed, and now it's secretly running the show, acting like this inner dictator. And what this does is it creates this hidden war inside of you. That inner dictator is always clashing with your more human side, the creative, feeling, intuitive part of you. And that constant battle, it creates so much static. It just drains your energy and makes it feel next to impossible to move forward with any real clarity. So this leads us to the absolute root cause. The problem isn't the anxiety, it's not the self-doubt or the feelings themselves. The real problem is that you identify with them. You believe that you are your thoughts, that you are your feelings. And that mistaken identity, that's what keeps you trapped. It keeps you stuck reacting to everything from this really limited, really personal point of view.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. It's the difference between a first-person view and a third-person view. In first person, you're trapped in the chaos, right? You're reactive, emotional. Every problem feels so personal. But in the third-person view, now you're calmly observing the patterns. You're strategic, you're objective. Problems stop being personal attacks and they start becoming, puzzles to be solved. All right, so let's get to the solution. Let's talk about how to build a new, much more powerful way to operate. This is the part where we make that critical shift from being the character stuck in the game to becoming the one who's actually playing it. And it all hinges on this one core idea. You are not your thoughts and feelings. You're the awareness that can watch them. Just let that sink in for a second. That ability to step back and just observe your own inner world without getting tangled up in it, that is the master key. It's what unlocks a totally different perspective on your life. It's how you go from being played by the game to actually actively playing it. So let's really lean into this metaphor of life as a video game. For so long, you've been playing as the avatar, stuck on the screen, feeling every hit. This shift in thinking is such a game changer because it takes the personal sting out of your struggles. They stop being your failings and just become levels to beat, challenges to solve. Your avatar might run into a wall, sure, but you, the player, can always see the way around it. Okay, so let's meet the key parts of you in this new framework. First up, you have your human. This is your avatar in the game of life. It's the part of you that holds all your experiences, your feelings, your memories, all that stuff. And here's the most important part. It's not broken. It's not the problem. It just needs a really good player to guide it. Next, we have what is basically your superpower, your higher self-intelligence, or HI for short. This is your most powerful asset. It's that gut intuition, that deep inner knowing. It's the part of you that sees the big picture and always knows the right next move. Think of it like the game's built-in cheat codes or strategy guide. But all that static from the inner war we talked about, it's been drowning out the signal.
And finally, we have the caretaker. This is the new role you're going to consciously step into. This is the player holding the controller. The caretaker is the kind, empathetic, but also strategic you that steps back to guide the avatar. It's the bridge between your human and your higher self-intelligence. It's the part that can look at your human and say, with genuine kindness, "Hey, I see you're struggling. How can I help? Let's figure this out." Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you make this shift from being the avatar to being the player in your day-to-day life? Well, the good news is, this isn't about years of meditation or some complex philosophy. It starts with a super simple, practical method you can use right away.
Yeah, this isn't some big, complicated theory. It's a practical method you can literally start using the second this is over. The whole point is to give you a tool to immediately get out of your own way so you can start creating new results right now. And it all comes down to just changing how you relate to your own inner world. So here they are, your first 3 steps. This is the foundation of the whole thing. Step 1 is just to acknowledge your parts. That's it. Just consciously separate your human, the one who's feeling all the stuff, from your HI, that inner guidance system. Step 2, you become the caretaker. You make a conscious choice to identify as that kind, empathetic observer, the player, not the avatar. And finally, step 3, you use the third person. This is where you literally narrate your human's experience from that caretaker perspective. And it looks like this. Instead of thinking to yourself, I feel anxious, you actually say, out loud or in your head, your name is feeling anxious right now. How can I help them feel safe? I mean, that simple linguistic shift, it is so powerful. The second you switch from I to your own name, you create instant distance. You're no longer overwhelmed by the feeling, you're now empowered to help with the feeling. You literally become the leader of your own inner world. And when you do this, when you become a kind caretaker to your human, you start to calm all that inner static. You're essentially quieting that old, harsh, adult imprint and replacing it with this wise, strategic caretaker. And when the noise goes down, that's when you can finally hear that clear signal from your higher self-intelligence. That's how you unlock it. This is how you stop getting in your own way and finally start leading from a place of real clarity, creativity, and power. Because look, at the end of the day, this isn't just about feeling a little bit better. It's about unlocking your absolute highest potential to make a bigger impact. The big idea here is that your greatest pain points, they actually point directly towards your purpose. So think about that for a second. What could you create if you finally learned how to lead from that place? What becomes possible when you stop fighting against your own internal system and you start leading it?